your third stimulus check, your Cash Act stimulus check, $2,000, and more. In this incredible good morning, I wish you the best of spirits as the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, but I don't think you left me any bacon again. Thank you for joining me on Mornings LA, direct from Los Angeles. It's just a little bit after about 8:40, but if you're Carol Nelson, it's about 9:20 tomorrow. Someone sent me a message saying, "Get on time. Stop being an hour late. I have other things to do." Well, sorry. There's certain things that I had to do, like $12 ice cream, so I'm a little sorry about that. And I had to do where the light just went away for 10 seconds. Even the light was a little bit scared by that. So thank you for joining me on early mornings, on Mornings LALATE. It's a great day. And the other thing that might be there today with you is a white envelope. More about that white envelope with your debit card. What a day it is. Did you get some wine? I did not get some wine. It's too early yet to be starting the weekend. But you made it to the weekend, so congratulations. In this video, I'm going to go over your second stimulus check, the $600. Where is it? What's happening to it? New developments about tracking it, new issues about TurboTax and H&R Block, and a new twist with how to track it in another mechanism than usual. Then a new debit card, which I first broke last night. You heard it first on this channel. Then I'll be cutting to the $2,000 stimulus check. Breaking news out of Georgia about when those two senatorial candidates will be certified as winners. Really big, shocking development. You're going to hear it first. You're going to hear it nowhere else. Those developments also impact the issue about impeachment and the impeachment potentially delaying your $2,000 stimulus check. A lot of things changing along the line. I saw someone drop in the comments on the chat. This guy's getting me confused. Well, I'm getting confused by Georgia, so sorry. Georgia's confusing everyone. Georgia's on our mind. Sweet Georgia Brown. So a lot of strange things that could be coming out of Georgia that no one saw coming, and it could impact your $2,000 stimulus check. Thank you for the new two Purple Hawks that joined the room. And what's going on with the light? Why is the light disappearing and coming back in? What a great day it is. Meantime, I'll be cutting to the second stimulus check package items, like the free internet. Some of the volunteers said you were reaching out to them, so that was great. Free internet apparently is heating up the buzz on this channel, and other things like PPP EIDL, which could go live today, but I have more details about that as well. And then we'll be going over here to third stimulus and the impact of the Georgia delay on third stimulus check. So with that, if you've not subscribed, please go to the Funnest channel, subscribe, and hit that subscribe button as the light's going in and out today. Are you seeing the light going in and out? I don't know what that is. And also like this video. Also hit the alert button so you can alert when I'm next going live. And thank you for the new members of this channel. What an incredible surge of love. Wow. Purple Hawks, congratulations for becoming Purple Hawks. There is someone just right there. That was Lena Williams. What a beautiful name. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Thank you for the new Purple Power members, and thank you for the Calcino VIPs. Very exciting news. So, and Terrell and Sarah are Purple Hawks. I see that as well. Thank you for joining. And there's Terrell again. And there's that strange light thing. Let me back up a little bit more. Maybe that'll help. What a day it is. Let's get to the breaking news. First, I want to go over the $600 stimulus check. The $600 stimulus check is actually getting quite surprising. I'm going to go over a couple things about tracking and a couple things about delivery. First, let me go over the delivery thing. Yesterday, I broke on this channel. It was not reported anywhere else. It was not a mainstream news story. It was literally buried in news that some viewers out of nowhere will get the $600 stimulus check on a debit card, a new debit card coming in the mail. In mail you are not expecting, on a debit card you are not expecting. Let me make this very, very, very clear. If you were expecting electronic receipt of your $600 stimulus check, it may end up coming in the mail on a debit card. If you're expecting a paper check, it may come in the mail instead on a debit card. There is absolutely no organization or reason why some are getting debit cards or others when IRS was asked. They simply say, hey, some are getting it, some aren't. So you need to be careful with the mail until you get that stimulus receipt of money. The debit card is coming the following way: in a white envelope, not a beige envelope, not the envelope that looks like your Social Security check, a white envelope. Thank you, Paul, for the super chat. In a white envelope with a Department of Treasury seal on the envelope, on the actual envelope. And then inside the envelope is a debit card, which is presumed to be blue, with the Visa logo in the corner. And thank you, Don, for becoming a Purple Hawk. And the debit card has in the corner the word Meta Bank, META Bank. This is a debit card with your stimulus on it. Again, you may not be expecting it, but this may be where your stimulus is. You can then take this debit card to any bank, and they can withdraw the funds from the card and give them to you in cash for free. Very, very simple. Okay, now let's cut back to the paper check. Viewers are still not getting the paper check. I would say less than 10% of viewers. It's not improving day after day. I don't see a lot of new viewers getting paper checks. If you got a paper check, right on the screen, paper. But I have not heard, or if you've not got to the paper check, write paper no. I've seen very, very few viewers get paper checks so far. So that's the interesting news on that. Now let me turn to the electronic receipt. Great news with TurboTax and H&R Block. I reported yesterday, but some viewers may have missed that recording. H&R Block and TurboTax are both getting your stimulus checks to you. So you do not have to worry about H&R Block or TurboTax. They're both getting you the stimulus checks electronically to you. Don't worry, some of you have already gotten it. Finally, I want to go over another thing that I broke last night. I don't know if viewers had heard that either. A lot of paper no's and a lot of electronic no's. I see you, like Robert or Lisa. Thank you for that. The best indicator of who's getting what are viewers of this channel. The last thing is you can track your stimulus check on the IRS website in a new method, not the tracking app. Not the tracking app, in a new method. You go to the irs.gov and you sign in there, and then you look for the word transcript, TRANSCRIPT, transcript. It'll be a word in there. At that point that you find the transcript, you can run a transcript on yourself to see any events on your tax history. The last or most recent event would be the stimulus check. And so it's going to say, hey, here's someone who paid tax return, did this, 2 years ago. So did something a year ago. But then the last entry, the most recent entry, will be stimulus electronic or economic impact payment sent on this day. There's LaShonda also using the new emojis. More about those emojis in a second. They're really delicious. And I think she was using the moolah emoji. When you track it with the transcript, then you can see the day it went out, and that's all really great news. Wow, there's already 1,000 people in the room with 8 minutes to go. That's incredible. My transcript says it was released 1/18, says someone in the Instagram room. So that's great news. So the transcript is working for someone. There's Janet loving the emojis. Congratulations. Thank you. I told my grandson to look for the letter. Beverly, great. I love my new emoji, says Frida. Well, I appreciate that. I'll get to those emojis in a second. They're really quite delicious. So that's the $600 stimulus check. Finally, if you got stimulus for your household, but one of the members of the household is missing, let's say you got checks for 2 kids, but missing 1 kid, there's nothing to fix with that just right now. When can you fix it? Not for a while. So Alicia used the transcript and said it mailed the 6th, so that's great news. That's really great news. So now you're up to date on the $600 stimulus check. Let's turn to the $2,000 stimulus check. With breaking news just this morning, this is totally new. This is an LALATE Mornings LALATE bombshell. You have not heard it yet on this channel or really anywhere else. It's the following. Your $2,000 stimulus check and anything that Congress wants to do, like an impeachment of the president, is going to be held up for at least a couple days because of what? The certification of the vote in Georgia. You've heard me over the last few days say, well, the votes are due by Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I said, well, obviously they're going to get certified, maybe by the end of the day or maybe by Saturday. And I said to you, maybe they'll swear in Warnoff and Ossoff, early next week. Those statements are not incorrect. But what we now know is a shocking new development, which I had never heard before until this morning. The way Georgia works is the votes are due Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then then the counties have until a week later to certify the votes. The counties can wait 1 week to certify the votes in their county. And then the state has an additional week after that to certify the entire state. So, the articles out of Georgia today are saying that by law, they could absolutely wait to certify the vote out of Georgia for 2 more weeks, which means Ossoff and Warnock would not be sworn in for at least 2 more weeks, which means anything that you want under stimulus would be held up for 2 more weeks. But the article claims that they don't think that's going to happen. They think that they want to get this done. Everyone's sort of sick and tired of it, and they want to get this done. And so the article says you should be hopeful that the counties are done certifying and the state is done certifying early part of next week, and that by the end of next week, the winners are certified, which means they could be sworn in by the end of next week. So that is really a surprising new twist. So what does this mean for your $2,000 stimulus check? It means that today is the 8th. Next Friday is the 15th. Biden is sworn in on the 20th. At this point, I think the likelihood of getting that $2,000 stimulus check to a vote before the 20th is getting narrower. Last night I told you that the push to do an impeachment hearing may overwhelm the time to do the stimulus. But remember, they need to have the Senate to be blue to do an impeachment. And here's something you're going to only hear on this channel. If there's someone in Georgia who doesn't want the president impeached, they can just hold back the certification of the votes until the 15th. And then that leaves the Senate no time to do with anything. So it's never going to happen. So it's sort of, yeah. So are you going to get to the $2,000 stimulus check? Yes. Are you going to, when I say $2,000 stimulus check, as a Purple Hawk, I'm referring to the remainder of the $2,000 stimulus check. I'm just talking in general words. Are you going to get the remainder of the $2,000 stimulus check? Yes. Is it going to come before Inauguration Day? It's looking hard, very, very hard to get it done before January 20th. Are you going to get it sometime thereafter? Absolutely. Is it going to take 6 months? No. Is it going to take 5 weeks? No. Finally, one thing that's not obvious, but I sort of want to make this clear to you, is that anything you are having problems with getting the $600 stimulus check will not be the same situation with a $2,000 stimulus check. Why? Because Steve Mnuchin is literally in Israel right now vacationing. He's the Treasury Secretary overseeing your $600 stimulus check. If there's an error, he doesn't care. He's gone in 15 days. He's not going to fix any error with Treasury. He's gone. He's on vacation. Janet Yellen is your new Treasury Secretary in 15 days from now. If there's a missing child on a stimulus check, she's going to fix it. If there's a missing dependent on a stimulus check, she's going to fix it. She's just coming in. Her job is to fix everything, and there's a lot to fix. So understand that if there is a problem with your stimulus right now, you will not see that problem again with the $2,000, and she'll also fix everything that's going on now with the $600. There's a lot of fixing to be done in the first 90 days of the Biden administration, and that is one of them. I can't find the join button. At the 15-minute mark, let me give you the update and also talk about that join button as well. Live from Los Angeles, this is LALATE and Mornings LA. Thank you for joining me on a crispy Friday. You made it to the weekend. Are you ready to crush the weekend? The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And thank you for joining me on Mornings LA. Thank you for joining me overnight as well on EIDL. Not that many people watched EIDL this morning. Make sure you catch that. That's that grant. You want to know how to do it. It's just a few days away. The EIDL grant. It's archived on the site now. Then it was followed by unemployment, which was a big hit show. And then early mornings LA, two shows. And here I am again with mornings LA. I'll be next with you on midday at 12 noon with home LA. If you've not subscribed, go to the front channel, subscribe. If you've not hit the alert button, also hit the alert so you can alert when I go live. And then also like this video. Meantime, if you want to join and become a member, there's a join button, Join. It's not really particularly a button. It's just the words join. I looked at Barbara Perez asked me a very kind comment. She said last night, can you look on a cell phone? I did. It's very small. It's underneath the title and it's right next to the subscribe space. It is not, there's no button. So it's actual words. Amy actually made it very clear. It's actually words. They're either blue or green. It says join and you touch it and it pops open a window. Thank you for those who became a Purple Hawk and a Purple Power and a Calcino VIP overnight. And when you do, if you have subscribed, you see these little Purple Hawks appearing next to people's names. Like Sue Parker is a Purple Hawk. So you see the little beautiful Purple Hawk, which I made specially for this channel last night. Those are new badges made especially for viewers of this channel. A great feature is after 30 days, if you are still a Purple Hawk and want to continue to be a Purple Hawk, you get an upgrade of the badge. So after 30 days, your badge looks a little bit different. And then 30 days after that, it looks a little bit more different. And I can change it as we go along. So if people want to give suggestions, I can do it as well. Additionally, the more members, the more emojis I'm allowed to add. Last night, I added 4 emojis. Not that I've made emojis before. First time making emojis, crushing the emojis. There's 4 emojis, and if you're on Instagram or Twitter or the channel, I showed you the blow up of emojis so you can see what the emojis look blown up. One is sirloin, one is moolah, one is $12 ice cream, and another one is the Hot Mess Express. And additionally, you have some purple emojis that are sort of just images, as great things as well. To use an emoji during a chat, there is a smiley face underneath the line where you're about to type. You press the smiley face, it opens up, and then it says LALATE, and then it says, and you see the LALATE emojis. So it's a lot of fun. You touch that little thing, and it opens up the emojis. You can also use emojis when commenting on the site. Just general commenting on the site, you can use emojis and the badge will appear next to your name. So I know you are a member. Sherry just used a beautiful setup. She used every emoji right there. Sherry Stefani. So beautiful collection of emojis right there. And there you go. There is, again, my mistake in saying the word button. There is no button. It's just the word join. They should make it a little bit more pronounced, but there you go. And let me get to the breaking news. The breaking news is hitting across the board with the $600 stimulus check and the $2,000 stimulus check. First, the $600 stimulus check. TurboTax and H&R Blocks have fixed everything. You're getting their stimulus check. Don't worry. Second, you can track your stimulus check online, not with the online tracker tool, but by going to irs.gov, signing in, and typing the word transcript. At that point, you can look at a transcript of the activity on your account, and you'll see the date at which the check was sent out. Third, another major development overnight is that the $600 stimulus check may land in your mailbox unannounced in a white envelope, not a beige envelope, but a white envelope. The white envelope will have a Department of Treasury seal on the outside. Inside of it will be a Meta card, a debit card, a Visa debit card that will have your stimulus on it. Viewers will be surprised to receive it because they're being sent randomly with no explanation who's getting it. There you go. Now with the $2,000 stimulus check, big updates across the board as well. The $2,000 stimulus check will not be happening this week and will not be happening potentially next week. Why? because a new rule out of Georgia shows that counties have at least a week, well, have a week from today to certify election results, and the state has an additional week on top of that. We're not expected to wait 2 weeks for certification of the winners, but we will wait. It will take us a couple of days. And with Joe Biden coming on the 20th, they may just wait and hold and do this all on the 20th. Now at the 20-minute mark, let me cut to second stimulus package items. Second stimulus package items are really heating up. There's PPP about to come live. If you want PPP, reach out to FinBanks or your local bank and say, I want to apply for PPP. Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Postmates driver, you may want to get a PPP. Anyone that has a small business, anyone that has a Schedule C, you may want to get a PPP. EIDL grant for low-income communities and for agriculture and farmers is about to go live. Maybe it goes live today. I haven't looked at the EIDL website. It's also a grant. PPP and EIDL are both, EIDL starts as a grant, PPP starts as a loan, but switches to a grant. You can, if you got the EIDL, they'll reduce it off of PPP, but you can get both. Really exciting. So I want you to be ready to pounce as a purple hawk. I want you to be ready to pounce as a purple hawk on the EIDL grant and the PPP. What I've been telling viewers to do is get a pen and paper in your home and make a little list and write on it second stimulus. Write second stimulus, and then write the items that you hear on this channel that you're like, I think I want to get this. I'm not sure about it. I've heard enough. Or you're educated about it. You're like, I definitely want to get this. And make a list. Second stimulus, PPP, star, or EIDL, question mark. And make a list, because when it hits, you want to get it right away. The next thing is Lifeline may be the location for where the free internet is. Lifeline, you can go to Google and Google Lifeline, one word, plus internet, and it'll come up with a federal agency that runs Lifeline. It's not quite sure if that's where the free internet is, but it looks like it possibly is. Next, free food, SNAP. 2-in-1 or Department of Agriculture to apply. If you're on SNAP, you will get a 15% increase January to June or February to July. It depends on what state you're in. If one of your children is staying home because of the pandemic, you can get an additional $114 a month per child. That's $114 per child per month by reaching out and calling them and ask for PEBT. Pandemic EBT, and they'll add that to your account. That's $114 per child. Finally, rent and utilities. The second stimulus, rent and utilities, that gets routed to the cities and counties for you to apply for, isn't still there yet. But if you want to get it, if you want to get free rent or utilities, reach out to the volunteers. They're in the pinned comment to this video. They're at news.lalate.com/community. news.lalate.com/community. And you can have them help you get the food and rent right now. With the 23-minute mark, let me end. There are some volunteers in the room, so I see them across the board. And thank you for the person who just joined and became a Purple Power member. Finally, let me go over third stimulus. Third stimulus is 15 days away, 12 days away. It's around January 20th. We're going to see the bill, we're going to see the vote, and we're going to see the law. What's third stimulus? Third stimulus is first another EIDL grant for everyone, PPP for everyone, hazard pay, FPUC retro at $600 a week, back to July 25th, about $12,000. Hazard pay, Lifeline grant, CDC grant, $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, plus a 20% increase, plus up to 20% increase, plus the new benchmark, and then multiple stimulus checks. So much happening. And with that, you want to get that pad out, and then like, oh my God, that's a lot of stuff. Write third stimulus on the pad, third stimulus, and then write the items one at another. On Afternoons LALATE, there's now the first show at 3:30 on Afternoons LALATE is second stimulus. The show right after that is third stimulus and third stimulus package. I was the one that coined the expression, but I see now that other channels are delightfully using my expression, third stimulus and third stimulus package. So thank you. Just give me a little purple gold star for using my expressions, on your other channels. But there you go. What are the online banks? I love that question. Um, so let me answer some of your questions right now. There are a lot of online banks. During that questions about PPP. During PPP round one, the online banks were Cabbage, Lendio, PayPal, um, oh, AirPod almost fell out, and a few others. The Some of those have exited the industry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look them up for you, but you can also Google FinBank plus PPP. Someone also said, can I get, someone was asking a question about EIDL. The EIDL that's opening is only for low-income communities, agricultural, and farmers. The remainder of the $10,000 grant is coming in third stimulus. Let me answer some more of your questions. Um, the Someone asked a question. Oh wait, someone asked a question about the FPUC. I forgot to go FPUC over FPUC in this video. That's the $300 a week. A lot of states are now paying out the $300, but they're sort of delayed. Where is the $1,400? That was what I covered early in this video. Is Chime Bank one? Chime Bank may be one, Sue. That's a great question. If you go to their website, just look and see if they have a link for PPP. It's usually at the top of it. What about that prescription card? Sophie, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Glenn, I thought the prescription card was a Trump promise, and I don't think it became a law. New Hampshire is paying out FPUC. Congratulations, Michelle. It won't let me become a member. I have to sign in first. What? Where? No, you first have to be following, and then you have to click the word join. When will Florida send out the $300? Some viewers in Florida have gotten the $300. VC sent me out a card. Maine is paying FPUC. Congratulations. I get $16 on my benefit date. Oh, it went really fast. Oh boy, the questions are flying now. Still waiting for my second stimulus. We are, Cahill. In San Bernardino, still slow on unemployment accounts, still inactive. Thank you. But that's a state. That's a California. That's EDD. Can a PPP grant if I had a 1099 of $6,000 last year? Yes. The PPP can be very small, and the PPP can be very large. New Jersey started FPUC on Monday. Congratulations. When will Florida send out the $300? So I got my unemployment, but not the 300. If you got your unemployment for this week, Michelle, then you should be getting the 300. I have a lot of viewers who have gotten the 300 out of Florida. Yeah, I know that Lifeline is not free on their website, but that might be where the free internet is. Again, I don't know if that's the location. I'm still tracking it for where this free internet is. My stomach is starting to grumble. My camera's flickering. Do you have to reapply for the EIDL? Let me actually see that question. Do you have to reapply for the EIDL? They ran out of funds after I applied last night. Sophie. So if your business is in a low-income community or are agricultural or farmers, and you are ready to pounce as a Purple Hawk when it goes live in the next few days, do you have to reapply? Don't know that answer just yet. There's nothing wrong with reapplying. I've done this video 1,000 times on this channel. Basically, if you reapply, then they're going to come in and say, hi, you have a prior application on file. But that often triggers them to find the other application and take care of the other application. Of course, you can always call Tier 2 SBA and get them to escalate the situation. Thank you, Dimar, for the super chat. Where's your keychain necklace? I'll bring that on set sometime. Go over the tracking stimulus again? Sure. The tracking stimulus, you go to irs.gov, you set an account to sign in, then you type in your social security number, and you look for the word transcript, TRANSCRIPT, and then you look for it, and then you run a transcript on yourself, and the last entry will be the stimulus check being sent out. TurboTax customers, yes, TurboTax and I cover as well. And now at the 30-minute mark, let me give you a big update across the board. The big update is the following. There's updates for the $600 stimulus check. There's updates for the $2,000 stimulus check. And there's updates for third stimulus as well. If you've not subscribed, please go to the front channel, subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the alert button so you don't miss a video when I next go live, and also like this video. And for those of you who have become Purple Power members, well, thank you for joining. You just hit that word join. It's a very small word, join, under the title of this video. And like Joanne did it, and others have done it, and there's Sue Parker, she did it in Alchemy. Also, the wonders of the membership overnight, I added new badges, so you'll see a purple hawk appear next to your name. The purple hawk is the image for the first 30 days. After 30 days, it'll modify. The longer you're with the channel, every month you get a higher level of a badge. Meantime, there are new emojis which I created overnight that are underneath the comment button. There's a smiley face. It opens the emoji. There is one for $12 ice cream. There's an emoji for Hot Pass Express, sirloin, and the Calcino. There's Connie enjoying the emojis right there. Beautiful collection. And there's Lori joining as a Purple Hawk. Congratulations. The big news across the board is the following. First, the $600 stimulus check. H&R Block and TurboTax are taking care of you. They're getting it done. You're going to get the stimulus check. End of discussion. It's getting done. Second, if you want to track your $600 stimulus check, you can go to irs.gov and track your stimulus check by signing in and then looking for transcript and running a transcript on your name. It's not particularly the easiest thing to do in the world, but you can go find it. Then the next thing is the $2,000 stimulus check. Oh, is the debit card. Out of nowhere, yesterday I broke a bombshell. It's not been reported almost anywhere, that viewers will be shocked to learn that their stimulus is going to come on a debit card that they were not expecting. So until you get your stimulus, be on the alert and on the lookout for a white envelope that has a seal of the Department of Treasury on the outside. It's white. It's not beige. And in there will be a debit card that'll say Meta Bank, Visa in the corner. That's your debit card with your stimulus on it. Don't miss it, because that's the item that has your stimulus on it. And it's just shocking. No one expected that to be coming. To cash it out, bring it to a bank, and they can cash it out for you very easy. Don't take it to McDonald's. Don't take it to a fast food place and buy some popcorn or something. Take it to the bank and have it cashed out. Then the $2,000 stimulus check. Big updates across the board. The $2,000 stimulus check, or as viewers sometimes will say, the $1,400. Well, it's $1,400 if you got the $600. It's $2,000 if you're adult dependent, because you didn't get the $600. The $2,000 stimulus check bill will be delayed because of a major development. That major development overnight is counties in Georgia have until a week from today to certify the election results. Then the state has a week after that to certify the election results. Local news out of Georgia says, we're not going to take 2 more weeks. We're just sort of sick of this. So we can get this done as quickly as possible. So maybe they get it done in the next few days. Remember, I'm saying to you, maybe. So don't someone say, you told me we're going to get it. No. So maybe they get it done in the next few days, and they swear in Warnock and Ossoff. It only takes one bad county to hold up the entire country's stimulus check. I'm not saying that facetiously. It only takes one county to hold up your entire stimulus check. And with that, once they certify Georgia, Warnock and also will be flying to DC. They'll be sworn in. It could happen next week, but we're only 15 days away from Biden. So you're going to get the $2,000 stimulus check. You're going to get the $2,000 stimulus check. But getting it before the 20th is looking harder by the second because of the issue of one, the Georgia certification, two, the limit of the number of days left before the 20th, and three, because Nancy's going to be focusing on an impeachment hearing, which may take up some time. So there you go. Across the board, a lot of developments. Thank you for enjoying the emojis this morning. Thank you for enjoying the new badges as well. And thank you for becoming members. Kristen is going in emoji heaven there. I love it. What's the CDC grant? It's among the items in the third stimulus package. Get that piece of paper out. Make a list. Second stimulus, third stimulus. I want you to understand what's where and what's how. I'll be next live on Home LALATE at 12 noon. You can bring your questions then as well. Stay informed, stay focused, and have a great morning. Take care.